Good morning, everyone. It's Cassie. I hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome back to Fabledom. I've decided this is going to be our last Fabledom video, at least in this series, and for a while, just because we've kind of run out of things to do. We'll get to the last population milestone today. I'm not too pressed about not getting that last noble, but I think we're pretty much done. So when we hit that last population milestone, we'll see what we can put down. As a result of that, I know we get a mall at least. And then we'll see how far we can push the Harvest Guild, but I think we're in pretty good shape to call it finished. I actually think we were pretty good to call it finished immediately after the wedding, but you know, here we are. I wanted to see what postgame was like a little bit. So let's see what this world event is. Iron Magic. Princess Cassie, the more iron you mine, the less you have left. A common problem, but not without a solution. I have a way to restore some of your iron resources in the realm for a price. Are you interested? Yes, my iron is almost depleted. Spend 700 coin or 10 nobility to add 30% iron to all iron deposits. Decline or postpone. I have an iron deposit here, not the Palace Spire, that is nearly empty, and I kind of want to let it empty out because I have a few more iron deposits that are better situated that I'd like to use instead. So there's one, I will decline the Harvest Guild wants a lot of flour, some grape juice, not very much at all, and more eggs than we have. So I'm going to pop someone into one of our large chicken coops. They both have staff. Never mind then. I thought I had one that I hadn't yet put anybody in, but that doesn't appear to be the case, and that's fine. In fact, it's probably a good thing. And I can also trade for the things that I need. I can trade for the last bit of flour or the last few eggs. Here comes the population milestone. Kingdom. Get to 300 plus Fablings on classic difficulty or higher. Milestone reached. A new population milestone has been reached. Well done. We can now call ourselves a kingdom. Going forward, your family will expect recurring payments of 400 coin to the family fund. You receive 2,000 coin. 2 nobles will join your kingdom. I only have space for one kingdom, or for one more noble. And mall. Trinkets, food, manure, and more. They have everything here. A new noble has joined your kingdom. So we only have one, there it is, space left for a noble to work. That's not entirely true because we don't have anybody in our feast hall, but we only had one space left in our ministries, and that space is now filled. I do want to build that mall. Oh, you can only have one circus. You can have many Ferris wheels, though. Okay, where do we want to put the mall? It's got a really big happiness radius, which I love. Maybe I'll put it here? Why not? It is reaching all the way back here to these homesteads, and this homestead maybe. Nope, just barely not this one, but it's getting this one. Among the things that I would do differently in the future is that I would center buildings kind of around an amenity. So like I'd build a mall, and then I'd build homesteads or condos around it so that it reaches the most people. Festival. Princess Cassie, it's about time we did some celebration. When things are hard, a festival can help get everyone back on track. When things are good, a festival is even more fun. What do you have to lose? From Fabling Party Planners. Let's Party spends 400 coin or 5 nobility to add the buff festival, increases the happiness of all Fablings by 10, remaining days 30, or I don't think now is the right time declines. I'm going to decline just because I don't need a happiness buff. My Fablings are very happy. Do we have people actually attending shows yet? Here and there we get Fablings that come and sit in the chairs. It's not common. It's not as common as I'd like it to be, anyway. Okay, and I'm at 300 tulips, so I will trade them away for some flour and some eggs. I usually trade with Agnes because our relationship with her is better than anybody else. But she has no grain because I've taken it all. I only need like 50 flour. And I needed like 80 eggs. I don't know if I'll be able to... I might have to give her some coin too, yep. That's gonna take a while. There we go. Oh, I missed the amount of flour. By some. But I've got a ton of grain, so it won't be long until I have all that flour. I've got 2 windmills running, but only 1 bakery, so I should be in pretty good shape to make quite a lot of flour. I also need to check... I've got a lot of unemployed, so I need to check on whether I've got jobs for them. I need someone in this cafe. I could put someone in a juicery. Everyone lives kind of far from it, though. Town shop definitely needs. Granary needs. And I think that's it for now. I don't want anybody on our golden goose coop. We don't need it. We only need the 1 sawmill. I don't really need prismatic liquid right now. I'm gonna kick myself for saying that when the dragon comes back, but, you know, I can just pay the dragon off and it's the same thing. I could get someone making armaments. I have plenty of iron and plenty of coal. I don't really need military, but, you know, we'll see. Oh, I should have enough flour now. Perfect. Okay, 108 meat, 717 grain, boy, and 123 grape juice. Spirits of the Forest. Princess Cassie. Woodcutters are reporting that one of them accidentally stepped on a fairy. The little thing was more afraid than harmed, but it seems to have awakened something in the forest. From Fabling Spirit Mediums group. Don't worry, I'll send some help. Spends 5 nobility, or I'm sure it's not that bad. Adds the debuff Angered Woods. Trees affected by a forester need 10 more days to grow. Days remaining to 30. So I'll spend the nobility. I have it. I'm doing just fine on nobility now. There's Eric One Eye. He's in a hurry because I've got the game going full speed. I haven't seen, because I haven't been looking that closely, the fluting fawn, but I am moving Fergus back to the rest of the military. Just left him sitting at the last place where he defeated trolls. There's the fluting fawn. That was easy. This game has gotten a lot of comparisons to kingdoms and castles. And in the beginning when I first started playing it, I made that comparison too. But in later game, it's not very much like that at all. In kingdoms and castles, you actually have to build up a military and fight like increasingly difficult parties of trolls and dragons. And they will like destroy buildings. They won't just give you a happiness debuff. They actually wreck your stuff. So I guess this game is great if you're looking for something that's stress-free. But if you're looking for like a real challenge, this might not be it. Personally, I like a challenge. Why am I able to welcome another commoner? What happened? I had all spots filled, and then suddenly I didn't? Traveling merchant. Princess Cassie, as a humble merchant, I stand ready to offer you the finest wares and delights in my possession. I will happily accept a fair trade of resources or your noble word. As always, I offer a special discount that simply cannot be beaten. Today's discount is 42%. Offer 46 stone brick for 81 pork, offer 92 stone brick for 162 pork, or 5 or 10 nobility for the same numbers of pork, or decline. While I do need pork for the Harvest Guild, I'm also going to decline. I can trade for pork. I can spend the money. I can actually put in another pigsty because we've got another herd of pigs that we have got. We got through a world event up here. There's our Ferris wheel. If you were to ask me why I put it way over here, I genuinely could not tell you, except that I wanted these fablings that live in these homesteads to have more stuff. And I think they're pretty happy. Yeah, they're pretty happy. Oh, the mall's done. Oh, who can be staffed in a mall? Just nobles? What? Okay, so now can I am at a loss. I can only have one living quarters. That's a troll camp. It's not important yet. I can only have one living quarters, so I can only have 25 nobles. I have 25 nobles, and they are all staffed into ministries. They fit perfectly in the ministries. And I can't staff anyone in my feast hall or my mall and have my ministries perfectly staffed. I don't like that. I also feel badly for putting them all the way out here and making that noble schlep all the way out here to work for the peasants. No, I don't feel bad about that at all. In fact, I feel kind of good about it. It's got a little courtyard. This cafe making that cute sound. So yeah, I'd say it's not organized in the best manner, my Fabledom, but it's perfectly fine. It's my first playthrough. I didn't know what I was getting into. You can move some, but not all buildings. Some you have to actually destroy and rebuild, but you can move a lot of them. So it could be worse. We are very far from our goal of 717 grain. But we have the grape juice and we have the pork. Where's that troll camp? I have been sending in only Fergus because he's been able to solo them, but he's had support from our ballista. Our ballista can't support now because we don't have any prismatic liquid, so we'll see how well he fares when he's well and truly on his own. Oh, I can't accept any visitors. Yeah, he's fine. Princess Cassie, thank you for your valiant effort in defeating the trolls. Your bravery has made our land safer. As a token of our gratitude, we offer resources gathered from our expeditions. Your courage inspires us in the ongoing battle. Accept these gifts with our sincerest thanks. Troll combatants, I'm just doing my duty as 3 nobility, or I'll accept your gift as 16 bread, 14 grape juice, and 12 pork. Some of the coffers have finally been emptied, and that's great. This one probably still has, yep, just 1 plank in it. But we had a few. We had one that had 1 fish, and we had one that had 1 vegetable. And it's good to see those finally being cleared out. And I'm going to send Fergus home. And now that I've got some armaments, I'm going to look to see how much space I have in my barracks. And maybe train more soldiers. I don't think I have space in my barracks. I have space for 1. So I'll train an archer. And I'm making a mental note to myself that when that archer is trained, I will have space for 1 more peasant. So that when the screen comes up and it says I can accept a peasant, I won't be surprised. And I may put in 1 more barracks, maybe 2 more barracks. Because the goal is to win that damn contest. the military contest and the beauty contest. I have my sights set on both of them. Not if I don't get to them today, perfectly fine. I'm not going to be heartbroken. I've really come to love the giant pumpkins. Kind of just want to put them everywhere. I think it's pretty... makes a lot of sense to put a giant pumpkin next to a pumpkin patch. Just saying. I didn't really need any beautification in that spot, but, you know, there it is now. Soldiers in need. Princess Cassie, we are looking for a worthy ruler to serve. We were hoping to enroll in your army, however we could use some coin to help us get started. We promise to give our life to protect the kingdom. Hopeful newcomers. Of course, join us. Spends 200 coin or 10 nobility to join, to welcome 2 sword fighters to your team. We can decline or we can postpone. I'm going to postpone so I can kind of assess the need for sword fighters. I have 1 squad that's not entirely full. So I could just fill that squad up. Yeah, why not? Beauty contest. Good timing. Ooh, I did it. That achievement was beautiful. Get first place in a kingdom beauty contest. Princess Cassie, it's finally time to see which is the most beautiful realm. What is this based on, you ask? Well, our extensive knowledge about each realm's beauty, of course, however our sources will remain anonymous. Out of the 9 realms in this beauty contest, your realm ranks in at number 1. Congratulations, from Fabling Rankers Guild. Confirm receives 800 coin. Great. Normally the military one isn't too far behind. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full squads of sword fighters and 3 full squads of archers plus 1 archer and 1 archer in training. We are very far from our goal of 700 grain for the Harvesters Guild. We're still doing just fine on pork though, and on grape juice. We have 3 or 4 grain farms now. We have quite a few. There's 1, here's 1, and I know there's 1 more somewhere here. So I suppose we have 3. Just having a nice relaxed moment. Sorry for being so quiet. I've given this game a lot of criticism, but there are things I love. It's so cute. The art style is so cute. The characters are so cute. I love Fergus and his little stumpy legs. I love Eric One Eye and the stomp noise he makes. I love the fluting fawn's little tail. Adorable. The music is amazing. It's so chill. easy to save yourself in this game. Like, it's easy to course correct. In the very beginning, I risked my Fablings starving to death and was able to come back from that and create a very successful Fabledom. Pesky fairies. Princess Cassie, farmers have reported issues with swarms of red-winged fairies spreading in their crops. They worry that if we do not address the issue, we risk losing some valuable food sources. From Fabling Farmers Union. Don't worry, I'll send some help. Spends 400 coin or 5 nobility to hire some exterminators to come deal with the problem, or I'm sure it's not that bad, ignores the problem. Each crop has an 80% chance to die. I'm going to spend the nobility. There is a peasant I can accept now. And I have space to train 2 more. I have armaments to train 2 more. But I only have the space and barracks for 1. Oh no, I've got space and barracks for 2. Great. So I'll train 2 more archers. And then hopefully we'll come in first if we get to military ranking today. We've been kind of sitting at 4th, 3rd, 4th. Now that I have so much flour, I'm considering turning off one of my windmills. We have 3. And we have more flour than we need right now, and less grain than we need. So I will turn off a couple of them. That does present a problem where I'm creating even more unemployed. But I don't need the flour. For now. I will in the future. And I might know, I don't know, if I turn a bakery back on, I'll have the bread. That's not a bakery that's closed. This one over here might be. It is. But I will burn through the flour. Kind of going the opposite direction on this. Everyone's very happy, which I appreciate. And it's time to trade some tulips away again. She has no grain, right? Oh, she has some grain, but not enough. Who else likes us? Giovanni really likes us. The Dark Knight really likes us. Farah likes us okay. She's not our biggest fan. Giovanni, what do you have going on for you? Oh, you've got a ton of grain. How much do you like tulips? He likes tulips pretty well, I think. Not that well. Okay. That urged that along pretty nicely. I can't accept anyone right now. All my pigsties have staff, right? Right. Okay, Fergus. Go take on some trolls. And I know, okay, I know there are things that I could have done to make combat a little more difficult. If I add some fortifications, then it increases the strength of the troll camps. But it doesn't change anything other than the strength of the troll camps. Okay, I've already read this, so let's take a look at the rewards. 12 iron, 62 grapes, and 12 iron. Or 3 nobility. I'm going iron, grapes, iron. Fergus, you can come home now, please. He took a little bit of damage on that, but not very much, because he's level 10. He's maxed out. I also wish that he could, like, fill this last inventory slot. There must be some decision I could have made that would have gotten him more items. Perhaps if I'd fought Eric One Eye instead of welcoming him to our village. I was just double checking to make sure that we are done with population milestones, and we are. I think our army is as staffed as I really need it to be. Oh, and we should have enough grain now. What do we not have enough of? Pork. Get that back up there, please, and thank you. They're working on it. Little by little. I might trade for it. I'm just trying to see how far we can push this. What's the max? Is it 100%? Forced donation. Ah, no. Princess Cassie, oh my, what a rich kingdom you have. Did you know that in my realm, homeless fablings are freezing on the street? You will help us, right? From the lying steward. This is all I can give. Spends 150 stone and 150 wood. Oh, we're low on stone. Okay. Take it. Receives 5 nobility for 250 stone and 250 wood. I can't help. Loses 10 nobility, or let me think on it. Postpones. I'm just going to decline. I have one active quarry down here, but it's not generating stone very quickly. I also have a lot more stone deposits, but they're like kind of all the way out here. The Sinister Sisters are back. Wicked Sisters, sorry. Sinister Sisters sounds better. Princess Cassie, your blissful expansion irks us, siblings scorned by fate. Your joy mocks our sorrow, hence we cast a shadow upon your kingdom, and upkeep increase to halt your progress. We shall take comfort in witnessing how your realm falters under this burden. From the Wicked Witches Sisters. Begone Witches spends 20 nobility or 1,200 coin. Wow, they've gotten... I say this every time, they're very greedy. Or postpone. So I'm gonna spend the nobility. I've got it. I might as well. You really can push this way up there, huh? I did it! Okay. Powerful. Get first place in a kingdom military contest. Military rankings. Princess Cassie, it's finally time. Time to see which realm has the strongest army. What is this based on, you ask? Well, our extensive knowledge about each realm's military strength, of course. However, our sources will remain anonymous. Out of the 9 realms in this world, your military strength ranks in at number 1. Congratulations. From Fabling Rankers Guild. Confirm receives 800 coin. I didn't expect, like, all of the loose ends that I wanted to tie up to be tied up in this video, but here we are. This is the only thing that's outstanding, is seeing how high we can get this going. But otherwise, I've put a little bow on everything. Oh, and now that we have our militaries full, I don't need you and my blacksmith anymore. Welcome to retirement. Part of me wants to put a quarry up over here on these stone deposits, but nobles or fablings would really have to travel to get to there. And since this is the last playthrough, if I can get by on 91 stone, I'm going to. We have 155 days worth of food. We have 23 days of coal. Everything looks great. We have a lot of wood now, because we're only running one sawmill, and we still have plenty of planks. We have plenty of planks, a whole lot of bricks, a pretty good amount of iron. Like, all in all, we're really sorted on resources. The traveling merchant is back, and I've already read this, so I'm not going to read it again, but he wants to trade wood for iron or nobility for iron, and I have plenty of iron, so I'm going to decline. Okay, I want to make sure, so all of our chicken coops are running, except our golden goose coop. But I want to make sure to get all of the windmills and the bakeries going again because we need a bunch of bread. Maybe not all of the windmills and bakeries because I have a bunch of them. I have 3 of each. And I don't know that I need quite so many. I do need to put someone in this condo. I didn't realize that. Okay, these are the buildings I don't want to be open right now, so this is fine. And the Ministry of Parks is that one noble that we just can't have. I think it's a little odd that you can't have enough nobles to staff all the buildings that need nobles. So you kind of have to move them around depending on your needs. Like if I wanted to have a feast, I'd have to pull 4 nobles off of other buildings and put them on the feast hall. 4 or 5, it's a bunch. Oh, it's only 3. Okay, never mind. And now that we've had our wedding, we don't need the wedding hall, so in theory, like, I mean, other people could get married there, I guess, but since I don't need the wedding hall, I could probably take it down. I'd like to be able to take it down and put in another living quarters. You can only have 1 living quarters. Okay, I don't think that we are going to get to 60% today at the Harvest Guild on the Happy Farmers buff, and that's perfectly fine. I'm actually thinking I might just end it here since we've done literally every other thing that I set out to do as we wound down this series, so I feel pretty confident that we are ending on a high note. We got first place in the contests. We got our last population milestone. We've got a mall now, which could have more animation. I don't want to keep criticizing this game, but all my favorite buildings have little animations, and the mall does not. What are you? Polluted water. Princess Cassie, it's a disaster. We found traces of some foreign substance in our water supplies. If we don't act quick, Fablings will start falling sick from the contaminated water. What do you want us to do? From Fabling Environmental Group. We must clean the water, spends 400 coin or 5 nobility to hire Fablings to clean the water, or I'm sure it's not that bad. Ignore the problem risking several Fablings getting sick. I'm going to spend the nobility. Since I'm ending anyway, it kind of doesn't matter. But here we are at the very end of the game. So I wanted to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. Because of this game, I've made a couple really good friends. I've had a relaxing time twice a week for the last few weeks, so there's that as well. You've all stuck with me. You've given me cute little tips to help me out with this, but without like backseating or getting too much in my way. In other words, you've been amazing, and I've had a lot of fun with this playthrough, so I may do it again in the future. There are still several other royals that we could romance, but for now I think I do need a little bit of a break from it. I'm still kind of deciding on what's next. I could... Planet Crafter is such a robust game that I could potentially fill in those days, my Fabledom days, with Planet Crafter videos, but you know, there are other games that I want to show you too that are maybe more similar to this that I think you'd really like. So I don't know, we'll see what's next, but thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you very soon.